Hello and welcome to program 75 for TradeStation EasyLanguage. This program is a linear regression channel, in fact a Raff linear regression channel. And I've done several channels in the past, but most of them had the width or the height, the distance between the low line and the high line was a multiple of standard deviations. This program does it slightly differently in a few ways, and the most important is that distance is now based on the price, which is the furthest from the midline. So we can see if we zoom in just here that we have a situation where it appears that this price here, the low of this bar, is the furthest, and so the distance between the yellow and the green and the yellow and the red is set to the distance determined by that specific bar. And these other lines here, these are at the 61.8% level between the two, which is, as you know, a Fibonacci level, or you may know. So what I'm going to do is, well, let me just explain also that the other main difference of this program is that we can set the length of the channel, but then if we want to see a new channel, we can just simply click on the bar and then the channel will be drawn. Plus there is the option of showing the channels that have been drawn before, and in fact these are using a plot statement. So hopefully this will become a little more clear as we go through the inputs. So I'm going to go to the double click there and click on inputs, and we'll see the number of bars. That's the number of bars in the channel. Let's just change that to 20. And the price, now this is the price of that's used by the linear regression for the midline. The U price stands for upper price. That is the price that we're using for the to determine the distance between the middle linear regression line and the highest price. In this case, we're using high, which is logical. L price is the same for the lower line, using low. And then we've got the choice here. We can use plots and draw lines, and we can use either or. So for example, if we turn off the plots, I'll show you that in a moment, and we can then set the weight, the style, the transparency, and the extension right of the drawn lines. So if we change that also to true, we'll see that extending. And then we have some colors which are in quotes. Top color, fib U color, that's the upper fib line. The mid color, the fib L color, and the low color. So let's just go to the chart, having made those changes, and we've lengthened the length of the channel. We've also extending to the right. So I'm just going to click on a bar here, and you'll see now that the lines have been extended to the right. If I click on another bar, you'll see that the lines have moved, but we're not getting the plot because we've turned off the plot. So let me go and show you what would happen if we turned on the plot and off the drawing. So I'm going to say true and false, and just to make it easier to see, I'm going to turn that off as well, the extend to the right, and perhaps just make it a slightly smaller channel like so. So let's go. You can see that's using the plot statement, and again if we were to draw another one, now you'll see that the lines are left on the chart. But one thing you're going to notice, I think, is if I click here, then the chart resets, and I'll explain that in another video, but that is determined by the setting that we get if we go to the program and general, and if we have that auto detect, that is a behavior of the auto detect. If we have user defined, that will not occur. So let me change it to user defined, and we'll just click some bars. So to start with this one, and then another one, and then another one, and you'll see that we're not getting the chart refreshed. Okay, and then another setting that should come with the program by default, but when we go to the settings, if we go to style, we need to make sure that for each of the plots, they don't automatically connect plot lines is set to true, is selected, so that we don't get the plot lines joining up. Okay, so that's a basic introduction to the program. What I'm going to do now is do a separate video which just demonstrates this max bars back setting and the differences that we get.